So I got out of hospital yesterday, and three books were awaiting me when I got out. The first one was this wonderful book by Jack Whitehall, and my goodness, I've sort of devoured it because when you've been in hospital, your sleep is all over the place, and you tend to wake up at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you think, what on earth can I do? You can either lie there panting and thinking, oh God, I am not asleep, or you switch on the light and have a jolly good dip into Jack Whitehall, and he does make really very good reading. There's this bit here on aeroplanes, or actually he's in Chernobyl, and somebody offers him some meat and says, "What's on this? What is this, please?" And the person says, "Meat. May I ask what type of meat?" I inquired further. "Mixed meat." Well, I remember in Russia getting this extraordinary plate of very dense-looking square meat, and no one could tell me what it was. In the end, it turned out to be bear. And the next night, I went back to the same restaurant, unfortunately, and I had another piece of completely indescribable meat. It turned out to be venison. It didn't look like venison. I thought, if I go back again, I'm going to get a plate of mice. I'm eating my way through the Disney canon. Baloo, Bambi, Mickey Mouse. Meat is very odd in other places. And he's got another one, another delightful one here in Thailand, where he was given instructions about not patting monks on the head, and his father says, "Well, I don't need lessons on how to deal with monks." He said, in fact, at my school, which was Ampleforth, you had to be more careful about the monks touching you. I must say that sort of that raises a whole issue. I was also brought up at a Catholic school, so there we are. Jack Whitehall, hugely entertaining, slightly naughty, well worth reading at sort of 3 o'clock in the morning. And the other book I got is Tom Daley's Autobiography, which I was really surprised is beautifully written, and again, he's got some of the most honest and forthright paragraphs. He's got this paragraph here about trolling on social media. I've only ever had a very small amount of trolling. Maybe I'm going to get more. You sort of steel yourself for that sort of thing with horror. But he's saying, he looks upon all the ghastly things that people say, rather like he looks upon water dripping off him as he gets out of the pool, and I think that's a wonderful expression. But he does, some of the things which people have said about him are alarming, and he doesn't pull his punches. What a magnificent person he is. Now the other book was something that, as I was sitting in hospital, I thought, oh, I'd quite like to have a look at that. It's sort of a naughty pleasure, and my God, is it a naughty pleasure? This is the sort of book that you would stick in the lavatory and read while you're sitting on the loo. And at the moment, there's quite a lot of loo sitting, and I am devouring it. Joan Collins, Unapologetic Diaries, and she is utterly worthwhile. I mean, really, I was thinking there are pages I could read for you, but actually almost every single page in this is worth the cover price in its own way. I can't think there's been a time when I picked up three books that I so absolutely enjoyed, and in the space of 24 hours, I think, I've gone through all three. Isn't that very naughty, really? But this is the great surprise of those three. This is the great surprise. My God, is she worth her weight in gold? And it starts off, I think you barely open a page before you discover that in the last series of Dynasty, the newspapers were saying how she was being paid almost $1 million an episode. Yeah, but because of that pay hike, she was probably told she was only making 10 out of 20 episodes. She was only going to be in 10 of the episodes. So it wasn't a pay hike at all. Whereas her co-star, Forsyth or whatever his name was getting the full amount for 20 episodes. So it was an instance of another instance of not breaking the glass ceiling of gender imparity, and but she is outspoken, she is delightful, she's worth every word. So I think you ought to go out, and I think you ought to get all three of these beauties. So off you go. This isn't a promotion. This is literally, I bought these the other day, and they were waiting for me when I got home, and they have literally made the time go by. So if it does it for me, it will do it for you. Please follow my account. Please ring the bell. I'll let you know what other books I'm looking at, because when you're convalescing, that is the time for reading, isn't it? So if you've got any suggestions about what I should be looking at, I really don't want anything nasty. I don't want to watch anything nasty on television, and my God, is it difficult to find something which is wholesome and which isn't going to send me to sleep. There's I'm sure there will be things. I've looked in vain at the moment. I seem to be clinging to the news. But yeah, books. Please let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you recommend, and I will devour it.